The invitation arrived in a thick cream envelope that smelled faintly of expensive confidence. Its lettering shimmered in gold. You are cordially invited to the Annual Banquet of Vision, Capital, and Selective Memory Formal Attire encouraged Delusion optional. The wizard turned the card over. On the back, in smaller print, no unsolicited pitches during dessert. Well, he said, someone has suffered before. He placed the invitation on the kitchen table and stared at it while drinking coffee strong enough to negotiate with fate. Money was entering the story again. Money often did that, dramatically, mysteriously, and usually with conditions hidden in footnotes. Preparations. The wizard owned many things. Formal wear was not among them. After a heroic search through closets, storage bins, and one box labeled important wires, maybe socks, he assembled an outfit of respectable uncertainty. A dark jacket, clean boots polished to philosophical levels, a tie that had attended more weddings than he had, the old hat, brushed and structurally optimistic. When he looked in the mirror, he resembled a man who might either secure funding or explain ancient symbols near the valet stand. Good enough. L7 rolled by, scanned him, and said, probability of intrigue, high. The Hall of Abundance. The banquet was held in the grand ballroom of the Meridian Hotel, where chandeliers hung like captured constellations and the carpets were so thick they forgave footsteps. Round tables filled the hall. At one table sat venture capitalists discussing disruption as if they had invented weather. At another sat philanthropists who preferred the word impact because it photographed better. There were developers, bankers, founders, advisors, operators, dreamers, skeptics, and 3 people who simply radiated inherited trust funds. The wizard was shown to table 7. Of course. 7 chairs. 7 candles. 7 forks for reasons no civilization has justified. The return of familiar energy. As servers moved like choreography and glasses filled themselves with expensive optimism, the wizard felt something shift in the room. The air cooled. At the far end of the ballroom, new guests entered unannounced. They wore elegant black attire. No name tags. No footsteps. No reflections. The wizard recognized them instantly. The ghosts of doubt. They attended every meaningful threshold. One drifted near a startup founder and whispered, "You're too late." Another leaned over a philanthropist's shoulder. "No one really cares." A third circled a developer. "You'll lose everything." The wizard sighed. They got invitations too. Introductions and terms. A woman in a silver suit approached table 7. Her handshake was precise enough to close deals at sea. "I'm Mara Vale," she said. "I invest in infrastructure, wellness, and people who can explain complex things simply. A rare category," said the wizard. She smiled. "I've read your materials. Robotics, repair services, wellness technologies, consulting, education, practical systems, community economics. It's either visionary diversification or untreated enthusiasm. Both can be true," she sat. "Tell me in one sentence. What are you building?" The wizard thought for exactly one breath. "A place where useful work, healing, and future tools help ordinary people live better lives." Mara nodded slowly. "Good answer. Human scale. Continue." The pitch without theater, so he told the truth. Not inflated projections painted in cosmic glitter. Not false certainty. Not $10 million adjectives. He spoke of a practical innovation hub near home repair crews creating immediate revenue consulting built on real pattern recognition wellness services that restore function and calm robotics integrated where they genuinely help training pathways for younger workers community value. Not just valuation phased growth instead of reckless spectacle. He spoke of what had already begun. The handyman jobs. The clients helped. The systems tested. The lessons learned. Momentum, not mythology. Around them, several ghosts of doubt hissed quietly. The ghost at his shoulder, then one appeared beside him. This one was older than the others. It wore his own face from years of disappointment. It leaned close and whispered, "Who do you think you are? The oldest weapon. The oldest lie." For a moment, the wizard felt every failed attempt, every delayed plan, every skeptical glance, every time life had said not yet in the voice of never. Then he remembered the city of 7 moons. Unborrowed confidence. He remembered the battlefield garden. Strength without enemies. He remembered the tower, the guild, the wing, the clients, the team. He turned to the ghost. "I am someone still becoming," the ghost flickered. Then vanished like unpaid applause. Dessert and due diligence chocolate arrived. So did harder questions. Mara asked, "What happens if funding is slow? We grow smaller and smarter. What if competitors move faster? We move truer. What if you fail? We learn publicly, adjust privately, and continue. What do you need first?" The wizard answered immediately. "A building, working capital, and the right people. What do you not need?" He smiled. "Fake urgency, predatory terms, or anyone who thinks dignity is optional." Mara laughed aloud. 3 nearby investors pretended they had always agreed. The offer at evening's end, she placed a card on the table. "Send me numbers. Real numbers. Build phases. Revenue assumptions. Staffing plan. Risk controls. No mysticism in the spreadsheet." A harsh but fair boundary. "One more thing," she said. "You're not asking for money. You're inviting partnership. Know the difference." Then she stood and left as elegantly as an approved wire transfer. The ballroom clears, guests departed. Candles dimmed. The ghosts of doubt thinned into mist and slipped under service doors to haunt tomorrow elsewhere. The wizard remained a moment longer beneath the chandeliers. No deal had closed. No miracle check had descended. No trumpet announced instant abundance. But something more important had happened. He had stood in the room without shrinking. He had spoken plainly without performing. He had remained himself in the presence of capital. That changes future math. Return to the tower near midnight. He returned to the tower. The halls were quiet. L7 waited in charging mode. Without opening its eyes, it asked, "Did we become rich?" "Not yet." "Did we become smaller?" The wizard set the business card on the desk. "No." L7 processed this. "Then outcome favorable." The wizard laughed, loosened his tie, and looked out over the sleeping town. Somewhere beyond the dark horizon, new doors were already unlocking. End of Chapter 7. Robert Coley.